Before we get to the results of this week's giveaway, I've got to give a quick shout out to two names you've definitely seen around the community, Patrick Wieland and Brian Stonk. Patrick took the #1 payout spot for June with a massive $355,468. And coming in at number 6, Brian Stonk locked in $125,452. Big congratulations to both of them, and to everyone else who landed on Apex's June 2025 top payouts list. Now, let's get to this week's giveaway results. Congrats to Sergiy, our Week 29 giveaway winner. He snagged a free Apex evaluation, any size, from Futures for Our Future. We've already reached out, and Sergiy is pumped to be trading with Apex. We hope he crushes it, and maybe we'll even see his name on that top payouts list one day. Thanks to everyone who entered, and don't worry, your next shot at a win starts now.
Our goal is to bring you weekly giveaways, and this week's is officially live. What's up for grabs? One free 50K Take Profit Trader evaluation. To enter, just head over to futuresforourfuture.com/giveaways. You've got multiple ways to enter, and every action you take boosts your odds. The more you do, the better your chances. And don't forget, you can really rack up points by referring friends. You'll earn 50 points for every friend who signs up to 10 friends for a total of 500 points. Follow, share, visit, refer. Just complete the steps and start stacking entries. And lastly, just to help you out with a few bonus points, this week's secret word is unicorn. Yup, it's inspired by Rake Trades. And if you don't get the joke yet, make sure you stick around for the next video.
So apparently, if you want to become a legendary day trader, all you need to do is fly to Hawaii, grab a fishing rod that looks suspiciously like it belongs in an adult novelty shop, and catch a unicorn. That was Jake, or as most of you know him, Rake Trades, when Patrick Wieland took him fishing for the very first time. That's right, first time holding a rod. And what does he do? He reels in an ultra-rare Hawaiian spearfish. I mean, we're not talking chicken of the sea here. We're talking straight-up unicorn fish. And then, because apparently beginner's luck wasn't enough, he backs it up by hauling in a 197-pound blue marlin, just to make sure nobody ever invites him fishing again. The guy's fishing resume is now literally 2 for 2 on bucket list catches.
Drink as fast as you can. You want to gain when you can.
Oh, yeah.
Keep cranking, keep cranking, keep cranking, keep cranking. You're on a boat with a bunch of professionals, don't worry.
Yep. Oh, I feel great. I'm mostly, I just don't want to fuck this up.
Guys, you know what to do. He's battling. We got a real angry one on there. He's getting a good fight. Jake's getting to experience what it's like to be tied to a monster. It's man versus beast out here.
I'm ready to catch that motherfucker.
2 hours later.
I'm only worried about catching this motherfucker. There you go.
Give him a beer. He's over. He's done. He wants to come. Look at it. We're going to get him right here. So close.
1 million, zillion, jillion, dillion, cotillion times later.
You guys, holy shit, man.
How was that?
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, I think you got your workout for the day.
I think I got my workout for the week. That was crazy.
Fast forward a little. Patrick's 12-year-old son, Landon, casually starts trading right there on the boat. And I mean, he's running it up. All the way up to $1,300. From the middle of the ocean, surrounded by 2 millionaire traders, this kid racks up what most people pay on their mortgage for the month, all while enjoying his summer vacation on a boat in Hawaii. Thanks, Dad. The rest of us grew up visiting Six Flags and making extra money crushing cans. But Dad of the Year over here, he's already taught his kid how to make mortgage money on a casual ocean outing.
So yeah, first, Rake gets a full-on hype crew for his deep-sea debut with a pole straight out of a bachelorette party, and then Landon casually outtrades most adults. You really couldn't script a better day on the water. Makes you wonder, maybe we're all doing this wrong. Maybe the secret to trading success isn't backtesting, screen time, or mindset work. Maybe it's moving to Hawaii, buying a pair of Birkenstocks, and hanging out with Patrick Wieland. Because apparently that's where the magic happens. But credit where it's due, Rake didn't just get lucky. Well, okay, he absolutely did. But the man fought that blue marlin like a champ. You could see it on his face, that combination of pure adrenaline and the growing realization that he had no idea what he was doing. And that might just be the secret sauce right there. Sometimes, not knowing how hard something's supposed to be is exactly why you pull it off.
And honestly, isn't that a little like trading? Sometimes you've just got to grab the rod, hold on for dear life, and hope you've got the right people in your corner when things get wild. Maybe it's about patience. Maybe it's about not overthinking. Or maybe it's just about having the guts to show up and take the shot. So here's to Rake Trades, the first-time fisherman, accidental spearfish slayer, blue marlin conqueror, and now the undisputed king of beginner's luck. You've earned your spot in the history books, or at least on the wall of things that shouldn't have happened but totally did. And my advice? Retire now, man, undefeated. Because all I know is, if Rake catches a shark next, I'm booking a flight. Big shout out to Patrick Whelan for bringing us along for the ride, both on the boat and in the markets. If you haven't already, check out his channel on YouTube. Whether it's trading, fishing, or just living that BDH life, the man knows how to put on a show.
Yo, before we get rolling, huge shout out to the absolute legends lighting up our comment section. Seriously, you all are the fuel that keeps this engine running. Every like, every laugh, every comment you drop helps push the vibe higher and stronger. Whether you're dropping knowledge, cracking jokes, or just showing love, we see you, we appreciate you, and you're officially part of the crew. Let's keep it going and make some noise. Together. At Trading 4 Keeps 007. Good stuff, guys. Short, sweet, and straight to the point. We appreciate it. At Technomentis, expose the furus and roast the wannabes. You already know the assignment. We got you. At Rustproof1, cheers. Cheers to you for pulling up. At PBowler88, these vids make my Sunday. Now that's a Sunday tradition we can get behind. Mezzo Industrious. Thanks for doing these. Thank you for watching. We're just getting started. At Kevin Mollendorf 4955, first again. The man stays undefeated in the notification game. At JMU Trades, another one. DJ Khaled. Major Key, bless up. If you know, you know. At Jennerby7059, pretty cool. When I saw that nutty thing, I was like, so true. Nutty strikes again. At Jen Marco, well, what's up with my eye? Jen, we blame the YouTube compression. Thanks for being a good sport. At JeffB6090, wonderful content. Appreciate you taking the time to share that love. At Jameson Hawes 4456, nutty thing was laugh out loud funny, and the sausage party video was so funny and pure genius. We had fun with that one too. Sausage party vibes. At Inferno3080, that emoji string says it all. Laughter equals mission accomplished. At Agalker11, best prop firms content. That's high praise. Thank you so much. At Fuchsia Trader, best show in the futures game. Now that's a review. Flamingo Squad showing up strong. At DOPE Book Futures, Chat BBC got me rolling. We were rolling while making it too. At Carolina Camilo 3261, Nutty Bear. That plush bear better play slowly but surely when you press its paw. Okay, someone please manufacture this bear, like now. At Borneo Trades, thanks for video. You're welcome. More heat coming soon. At Boomlocks 488, love your content. Now that's the level of volume we like. At Andy Owings, you guys are awesome and crack me up. Appreciate you. Comedy and chaos, just how we like it. At Maddie Lad Trades, love the videos, fellas. Thanks, Maddie, we appreciate the consistency. At Jason B 4321, for those of you who live fulfilling lives and don't know what's going on, hilarious right out of the gate. This opener had us crying. Peak satire. At Mr. Pepper Official, can't start my weekly trading routine without your content. A part of the weekly routine? That's an honor, thank you. At Andrew Williams 7912, liked it so much I unliked it. Bro hit the like button twice by accident. Still counts. At Monica Smith 936, these are pretty funny. Fan of Tradeovate and Top Step X. Thanks so much. We love open-mindedness and salute that double loyalty. That's a wrap for this chapter. But the next one's already loading. You know where to find us when the candles start moving and the drama gets loud. Until then, keep your charts clean, your stops tighter, and your ego in check. Catch you on the next move.
Huge discounts right now at Tradeify. 35% off. Use code FFF.
Folks, big news this week from President Trump, who is once again doing what he does best, turning the economy into an improv sketch no one asked for. The president spent time this week strongly hinting that he may fire Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. Why? Because Powell apparently is too late.
Mr. President, Jerome Powell, do you have plans, or if you're back considering firing Jerome Powell, and what's your justification if you're thinking about this to do this?
Too late. He's always been too late, hence his nickname, Too Late. He should have cut interest rates a long time ago.
And you know President Trump, he wants a rapid response mechanism, not a slow-moving institution. Jerome Powell has done a terrible job. Frankly, I don't think he could do a worse job, the president said, offering his latest performance review like it was a Yelp rating.
And the president has accused Powell of committing, hold on, $2.7 billion in renovation fraud. Now let's pause here. Renovation fraud? The man runs the Fed. He doesn't host an HGTV special called Rate My Reno. President Trump's acting like Powell's using taxpayer money to turn the Fed into a Bond villain's lair. Meanwhile, President Trump made these accusations from a room that looks like Liberace opened a bridal boutique inside a casino. During the June 25th Senate Banking Committee hearing, Powell declared under oath, no new marble, no water features, no beehives, and no roof garden terraces.
Wait, no beehives? No roof gardens? Frankly, it's shocking the Fed is still standing. Imagine the audacity, running a central bank without a single rooftop apiary. What's next? No butterflies in the forecasting room? And no roof garden terraces? How are economists supposed to reflect on monetary policy without artisanal succulents and skyline views? It's basic macroeconomic feng shui. Somewhere out there, a finance influencer is whispering, that's why inflation isn't transitory. No bees. And while there were no bees, there was still a sting. President Trump's threat sent the markets into chaos, like the Fed just announced it was going to be run by Guy Fieri.
For day traders, it was a massacre in real time. Shortly after reports surfaced that President Trump was likely to fire Papa Powell, markets tanked midday. The Dow dropped over 250 points. Bond yields spiked. The Nasdaq went down like a piñata at a kid's party. The White House walked back the statement later, of course, but that didn't help anyone who expected a steady market. For long-term investors, the damage was patched by the closing bell.
But for day traders, it all happened too fast. The knife fell just before noon. The bounce didn't come until after 2. And by then, most retail traders either got stopped out, hit their max drawdown, or just stared blankly at their open P&L like it owed them an apology. In a Bloomberg podcast interview uploaded to YouTube on Wednesday, the president was asked about his threat to fire Powell. No, I'm not talking about that. It's highly unlikely, he told reporters from the Oval Office, while somehow still managing to blame Joe Biden for Powell's appointment.
He's a terrible Fed chair. I was surprised he was appointed. I was surprised, frankly, that Biden put him in and extended him.
Trump nominated Powell in the Rose Garden on November 2nd, 2017, calling it his pleasure and honor to do so. There's literal video of him standing at the podium, smiling like he just picked the best guy in Monopoly to run the economy.
Accordingly, it is my pleasure and my honor to announce my nomination of Jerome Powell to be the next chairman of the Federal Reserve. Congratulations, Jay.
Thank you, Mr. President.
So, just to recap, Trump didn't fire Powell, but he did nominate him, and now talks about him like he came with the building and should have been replaced during renovations. It's like a breakup that only one person knows is happening. We're not breaking up, but I've changed the locks and updated the Wi-Fi password.
Let's be real, Jerome Powell isn't scared. When asked if he'd leave if the president asked, he said no. And when asked if President Trump could fire him, he simply said, not permitted under the law. That's government speak for, come at me, bro. The Fed is supposed to be independent. It exists so that economic policy isn't dictated by short-term approval ratings. Undermining that independence, it opens the door to confusion, instability, and regret. So Powell stays, the markets recover, the Fed endures. There are no firings, no marble, and no beehives.
Listen, we didn't even know bees were an option, but once we heard there definitely wouldn't be any bees, we were disappointed. We started to imagine a better world, a gentler Fed, a rooftop apiary humming with tiny winged analysts. Not just bees, econo-bees. And at every FOMC meeting, Powell would emerge slowly from a honeycomb-shaped briefing pod, blinking into the sunlight, and say just one phrase: the hive is strong. Markets would climb, volatility would fall, trust would be restored. But sure, go ahead and renovate the crumbling historic building. Forget the hive. Now, all we get is rumors, sell-offs. Powell alone at the podium, trying to thread the needle between full-blown panic and everything's fine. But oh, what a world it could have been.
There's no beehives and there's no roof terrace gardens.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, click here to check out another great video or explore our full playlist for more. Watch time means the world to us, so please share this with your trading buddies. And if you don't have any, just watch it again yourself. Remember, trading is tough enough. We all deserve more laughs. Thanks again, and see you next week.